Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and in today's video I'm back with another interview. I'm here with Jake James. Jake, how are we?
I'm good, mate, I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, pleasure, and thank you very much for doing this interview, mate.
It's all good, mate.
And so am I right in saying you're a 27-year-old welterweight who's 12-0?
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, great. Well, if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, I'm going to start off with the question which I always like to start off with. Why did you start boxing?
Just my mum took me down to the boxing gyms because I was lacking discipline when I was younger. I was 7, 8-ish, I think it was, when I got involved in boxing. I was just kind of messing about outside school, and she took me down, and I loved it, and I've never looked back since, really.
That's great. Okay, and so do you remember what happened in your first amateur fight?
Yes, I do. I won my first. I started off really well as an amateur. I won my first 10. But my first one was in Blackpool, and I used to struggle really bad with nerves. I remember hiding in the toilet in like a cubicle, not wanting to come out because I was that nervous. And yeah, throughout my amateur, I had quite a lot of amateur fights and managed to learn how to deal with the nerves. And I don't get nervous at all anymore. So I learned to deal with them probably too good, because I think a little bit of nerves is beneficial, and I don't get nervous. So yeah.
What is there anything any techniques or anything that you used for that somebody else might be able to use?
Yeah, I just always positive affirmations. You know, I do this all the time. We spar all the time. You know, the very worst case scenario, you're gonna get knocked out. Do you know what I mean? It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. You wake back up. Do you know what I mean? Tomorrow's a new day. So the very worst case scenario is not actually that bad. So you just keep reaffirming that to yourself, and it's just another day, really.
Definitely. And so to stay on the amateur side of things, what was your biggest achievement from the amateurs?
I won the schoolboys and the junior ABAs national titles, box for England and stuff like that. That was quite a big thing for me. Obviously representing my country and stuff, because no one in my family have ever really done anything in sport, so it was a huge thing for the family. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, just my first national title was quite special, because believe it or not, I didn't actually know I was in a national tournament. I thought I was just fighting week after week on club shows. I don't know if you know how amateur boxing works, but it's like you fight in club shows, and then you go into the nationals once a year. And I thought I had a couple of fights around December on club shows, and then the national started in January. I thought I was continuing to fight on club shows week after week, and then my coach Darren Manning at the time said, "Look, Jake, if you win today, you're into the national final." And then I started really shitting myself then, because obviously there's a load of pressure in there. But yeah,
that's crazy. That shows how different things are to the professional side of things.
Yeah, definitely.
And so how many amateur fights did you end up racking up?
I think around 77 amateurs. Lost 10. I mean, a few. Sorry, mate, 1 second. Still there? Yeah, lost 10, but I probably had a few bad decisions. But I probably had a few bad decisions go my way, if I'm going to be honest. You know what I mean? It's just the way amateur boxing works. So I lost in a national final. One that really springs to mind. I lost in a national final to a kid called Mikey Malona. I lost to him 2 years on the bounce in the final, and it was both close fights. But the second one, I never lost it. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of always springs to mind when I think of bad decisions as an amateur.
Definitely. And so, why did you end up turning professional when you did?
I kind of stopped boxing for a couple of years. I went to university, and then I got back into it, and I had around 10 fights for Bridgewater ABC. Which was a different gym to where I started my amateur career. And yeah, I just thought I'm probably not gonna be getting on GB and going to the Olympics, because I've had a couple of years out. So I'll just turn pro now, and I've got a good following. I knew I'd have a good fan base, and it's going really well. And it's building really well, to be fair. 12-0, and I'm looking to start boxing some titles.
That's great. And so you spoke about how you're 12-0, but out of them 12 fights, which one would you say you've performed your best in? Maybe not. 3 fights ago, and I don't know if it was a good performance, but it was a good shot. I knocked quite a tough opponent out with an uppercut. Probably the best punch I've ever threw.
Knocked him out cold. That was one to remember. I boxed a guy called Kamil Mladzinska, Polish guy. Stopped him in the 6th round. He was a tough fighter, and he's been on a good winning streak since. So that was a good victory. So I'd probably say that one. I think that was around my 6th or 7th fight.
That's great. And so you're have been working with VIP Boxing. What's it like working with them?
Yeah. VIP have a good stable. They put on regular shows, and they're always good shows. To be fair, they always sell out, and they've got a good stable of fighters, and yeah, they're consistent with what they do, and they're good honest people, which in boxing really matters, because it's quite notorious for people backstabbing people and stuff like that, and I feel like VIP are quite trustworthy, so that's a big thing for me.
That's good to hear. And so well, you've had the 12 professional fights so far, so you've been around the professional side for a while now, and so what would you say is keeping you motivated at the moment?
Just my drive to fulfil my potential. I feel like me short stint of going to university and stopping boxing, I kind of got a little bit, I wouldn't say depressed, but because I wasn't fulfilling what I feel like I should be, started getting a little bit down and stuff, and I don't want to live the rest of my life like that. Basically, I want to squeeze everything out of this boxing what I can, and live with no regrets. So that's kind of all the motivation I need.
Definitely, that's great. And so when will you be back fighting again, if you can say?
Probably March, maybe April next year. Everyone's happy with Christmas now, and shows will pick back up in February, March. So I'm looking at March, I think.
That's great. And so for anybody who's not watched you fight before, what would you say makes you interesting as a fighter?
I'm a thinking fighter. My last fight, it was a good tough fight. So if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. But yeah, I'm a thinking fighter. My IQ is probably my best asset, and I always improve as the fight goes on, as I work my opponent out and stuff like that. So it's a game of chess. I think boxing. It's not just. It's probably more appealing to the general public as two fighters who don't think as much. Do you know what I mean? Who just will slug it out. But if you're into your boxing and you like watching a proper boxing match, then put one of my fights on.
That's great. And so, is there any kind of fighters which you compare your style to?
That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I watch fighters like Canelo Alvarez and try and just pick things up. I mean, all prospects will do that. Doesn't mean you're going to do it to the level what they can do it at, but that's the technically sound fighters. I feel like my technique is my best asset. My boxing IQ, my technique, stuff like that. So I try and pick up Canelo and stuff like that, who's very technically sound. He does everything correct. And just try and pick up little things off fighters like that, really.
Definitely, that's great to hear that you're doing that quite early on in your career, because a lot of fighters might not focus on that quite so early on in their career and have a few more dogfights at the start of their career against the tougher fighters that have been through tough fights. But you're technically outboxing the fighters which have already been through tough fights, so that is good to hear. Yeah, definitely.
I think with YouTube and stuff like that, I think people should really use it as because it didn't used to always be there, but now you can literally get any information, any fighter, and watch it and analyse it within seconds. So I think that if you don't utilise that and take things from it, then I think that the people who are going to be at an advantage, and I try to do that.
Definitely, that's great. Okay, so we've got two more questions here now. And so in one of your prior answers, you said that you're looking to start fighting for titles in 2023. And so how far do you believe you can go?
The goal is to be a world champion. I think that if anyone's in boxing, they should be trying to be a world champion, and no other fighters' ambitions is just to be a British. But I want to be a world champion. If I won a British title, because it's such a prestigious belt, it's always been a massive dream of mine. I'd love a British title, but the world title's got to be where you're aiming for, in my opinion.
Definitely, that's great. Okay, and so I'll leave it with this final question, which I always like to ask. You've got a little bit of a platform here. Would you like to shout anything out? I'd
just like to say thank you for everyone who's supported me in my career. people throw the comment around, but it literally wouldn't be possible without the people supporting, you know, sponsors, people buying tickets. I'm currently not signed to a promoter, so I'm on a ticket deal. If people didn't buy tickets, I literally wouldn't be able to pursue my career. So I'm going to be forever indebted to people who show support, and guys like yourselves who give us fighters coming through the exposure that we need to get on to the promotional deals and to get onto the big shows. So to yourself and everyone supporting, that's what I'd like to say thank you to.
And thank you very much, mate. It's been a pleasure having you on the channel.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
And maybe a little bit further along down the line, we can come back and do a return interview.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Just drop me a message.
That's great. Okay, well, if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and thanks for watching.